handlers to be calling us secessionists. Sky News published an article a few days ago and called Sky News in the UK called IPOB a secessionist group. New York Post made the same mistake. Reuters, everybody calling us secessionists. Now, I want to ask them a simple question. Why is it that you don't refer to Scottish agitation for self-rule a secessionist movement? Oh, because they are white. Okay, sorry, I do apologize. They are white. What do we know? We are black monkeys. We know nothing. Nicola Sturgeon can agitate for a separate homeland for the Scottish people. Sky News will not call it secessionism. New York Post will never ever target a secessionist movement, neither will CNN. But because in Africa, Biafrans are asking for the same thing that Scottish people are asking for, you now tag them secessionists. This is what is called very sublime racism. If you don't know, I will teach you and you will know. In Europe, it is called ethnic nationality. In Africa, it's called a tribe. For a reason. I'm asking the whole world this evening, why is it that Nicola Sturgeon, the leader of the Scottish people, asking for Scottish independence makes her, they don't even have a name for her. If I ask for the same thing that Nicola Sturgeon is asking for, Nnamdi Kanu becomes a secessionist. How did we get to where we are today? Go and publish, please, everybody publish that very interview. I think it was Denise that was interviewing the late Buhari then. We were praying in Aba, National High School in Aba. Twitter, are you listening to me? Before they ask you to ban me tomorrow morning. So you want to understand why we are upset, why we are angry, why we address Nigeria as a zoo. I'm not telling you the reason why. Or should I say the reasons why. We gathered in Aba to pray. National High School in Aba to pray. These your newfound friends now, Nigerian police, they came, they opened fire and killed people. And I want to ask the Nigerian police that kill people, those playing inside National High School in Aba, were they carrying any guns? It's a simple question. Ipazu is that the governor of Abia State. All those people you shot dead, were they? In fact, they were even running away, your person and killing them. You packed some of them, you thought they were dead, and you put them in a pit along Aba Iguacha Expressway, and you poured acid on them. Luckily, one person survived that very ordeal. And I hope that Yoruba journalists are listening to me tonight. I hope
you can imagine the recall of what transpired and what Nigeria has been doing to us. Sometimes it's good to reflect back so that people who are just waking up will understand why we have this rage in us, why we cannot stop, why we said there is no other option except getting out of the zoo. This Mazi Nnamdi Kanu recounting the atrocities of Nigeria against the Biafran people. How innocent people lost their lives in the hand of Nigerian government and continue to lose up to this minute. It is so sad. We will continue to remember. We will never forget. Just one day, they are going to pay for every single thing they have done against the Biafran people. They will not escape it.
You're listening very carefully and attentively. You want to understand why we're upset? I'm not telling you why we're angry and why we want Biafra. You thought they were dead. You shot so many people dead. You packed their bodies and dumped them in a borrow pit. In order to make their identification impossible, you pour that seed on them, on their faces, to disfigure them. True or false? We have a survivor of that very ordeal, and his plight was well publicized. I even think the CNN even carried the news at some point. But you know one funny thing? Yoruba media never carried the news. But we're in one Nigeria. They wanted to be good Nigerians. We all need to be good, but they never carried the news of this grave injustice being done to a people. Are you following me? Why did we form Eastern Security Network? Why? You know, ESN, if you go now, ESN. We formed, I think his name is Jack and of Twitter. Jack, the reason why we formed Eastern Security Network was because our mothers were being raped when they go to the farm. Our daughters were being slaughtered, cut into pieces. Why did we form Eastern Security Network? Because our mothers were being killed and raped in the farms, our fathers were being slaughtered. We can no longer go to the farm. Our forests and our bushes were unsafe. Was that not the reason why ESN was formed? I'm asking Yoruba journalists. Is it not the same reason why you formed Amoteku? Is that not the same reason why? Don't Amoteku carry pump action? Is Amoteku not armed? Is anybody remotely suggesting that Amoteku is the armed wing of Yoruba liberation movement? I'm asking this question. Now, the thing is, you people, you are Southerners, you are black people. Some of you are well read. But what I don't understand is, why do you keep gravitating towards evil? Why do Yoruba journalists always want to support evil? I can't understand it for the life. I don't know why they do that. Amoteku is armed, clashing with Fulani headsmen in your forest. Is that not correct? Anytime we drive away Fulani from our forest, you now come back to us and tell us that we are armed wing of IPOB. Forgetting the reason why we formed it in the first place. What is happening in Oyo? There is massacre going on in Oyo. I'll get to that later on. Do you know my happiness today? Miyetti Allah opened their mouth and said, we are no longer in the southeast. That's what they said. And our people keep forgetting for these terrorists and murderers to leave our land. It is Eastern, it's because of Eastern Security Network. That's the reason why. In case you don't know, IPOB made it possible. Do you know that it is only in the east, in Biafra land, that Miyetti Allah openly confessed and said, we no longer have a presence there in the whole of Nigeria. Only in Biafra land. Do you know why they said it? Because we drove them away from there. Eastern Security Network drove them away from there. Do you understand? They said, but insecurity has persisted, despite the fact that we are no longer in the east. This is Miyetti Allah, the fourth most deadly terrorist group in the world, in the whole world. And I want Twitter to understand what I'm saying tonight. The fourth most deadly terror group in the world is Fulani headsmen. According to the Global Terror Index. Go and Google it. The only place Fulani said we are no longer moving our cattle, raping and killing people is on Biafra land. And which people made it possible? Who are the ones that made it possible? Intellectual among them, who made it possible? I'm asking you. Something that all of them couldn't have done. We formed ESN December of last year, and by May of the next year, Fulani confessed we are no longer in the southeast. Now tell me who is there killing people? Fulani soldiers, Fulani policemen, Fulani DSS. Because we defeated their foot soldiers, Miet Yala, they got upset. That is why you are seeing this level of disproportionate deployment of soldiers and police in the east.
They are still
Fulani is upset. They have taken over parts of Yoruba land. they are comfortable. Can't you see that they are not worried about Yoruba agitation? They are not worried. They know where the problem is in the east. Are you following me? They are not in our forest, so if we find them, they are gone. They cannot be there. And they understand it. Fulani must know that we are more stubborn than they are. The only reason why it seems sometimes that Fulani, they have the leeway is because the Yorubas are afraid of them. Yoruba, not the Sunday Buhos of this world, they are very brave. Not the Ghanaians of this world are very brave. Fanika, given what has been very brave.
That one have changed.
Fayoshe, a very brave man.
Fanika,
Yinko Dumakin, my late friend,
those are human beings. You know,
and of course, Paya Debanjo, very, very brave. When that man speaks, I want to borrow him and bring him down to the east. Paya Debanjo. They have brave people there. But the rest, I don't know. I have no idea. Today, what they are doing by attacking Twitter and buying over Facebook, they want to change the narrative. The Fulani Janjaweed, they want to change the narrative. Every blessed day, they want the world to believe that we in the East are the aggressors, that they are just victims. And I want the world to ask them a simple question. Who were the sponsors and founders of Boko Haram? Who are the sponsors and founders of ISIS in West Africa? Before then, who are the founders and sponsors of Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb? Who are the sponsors of Ansarut? Who are the sponsors of Fulani headsmen? Who are the sponsors of even the foreign bandits that I'm talking about? How many terror groups have I named for you now? All exclusively Fulani owned. Yet, their focus is in the East. I want the world to understand something today because all of you are listening. Nobody hates the police or the army anywhere in the world. But I need you to understand something, that in Nigeria, you don't have an army. What you have is a fully Fulanized terror machine in uniform. A gang of murderers in uniform. That's all you have. I'll prove it to you later. We are not going to allow the Fulani to change the narrative. That is why they're upset. They have managed to subdue everybody else in the zoo, apart from IPOB and ESN. They cannot, and they know they cannot. It doesn't matter how many people we lose. We don't care. We keep going. I lost my mom and my dad, and we are still marching on our entry. I lost 28 men, very close. We are still marching on. I lost a cousin at Hako to Nigerian army. We are still marching on. We are not going to stop. So you understand it very clearly. Now listen to me, please. The reason why anytime you see them, hey, POB, what they're doing, they want to break the country. The elders must rise up and speak. All those fools. Let me tell you something you don't know. We are the way we are because you made us so. Your hatred for me is what conditioned me over the years to react to you the way that I'm reacting to you, because you are evil. Nigeria is an evil entity. Very, very satanic. You want to change narrative. It's IPOB, they're the aggressors. I saw some women, was it yesterday? Give them their Biafra. We don't want to die. Look at murderers calling other people murderers. Can you believe such nonsense? The Fulani leaders, you cannot win. You cannot defeat IPOB. You people were the ones that established many terror organizations in Nigeria in a bid to overwhelm the country and take over the territories for your Fulani people. IPOB became a stumbling block to that very Janjaweed expansionist tendency. True or false? Am I lying? You were ruling Nigeria before, doing everything you like, controlling NNPC, controlling the seaport, customs, everywhere now, finally, because you felt that you've subdued everybody else. Now you can now march on with your foot soldiers into the east. Because you've taken over Yoruba land, of course, I know that very well. You came and we said, no, you can't come into this land to take it. Come and do your business and go. You said no. Now, because we defeated Miyetti Allah, you now brought in police and army with official uniform, official badge to come and kill people. And I also want to remind Twitter, because they are listening. Twitter, please. Do you know that in the Nigerian army and police, there are terrorists there? Are you aware that Nigeria actively recruited terrorists, killers and murderers and rapists, and gave them army and police uniforms? Are you aware of that? How can anybody, Yoruba journalists, how can you people in your infantile stupidity refer to Nigeria as having an army or Nigeria police? Or where are those terrorists that they conscripted into the Nigerian army and Nigeria police? Where are they? People without shame, where are they? I'm asking you. Fulani, you want to change the narrative? Of course not. They want to put the blame of insecurity in Nigeria on IPOB. Can you believe that? Can you believe these people? Can you believe them? Can you believe these people?
That's what they are still fighting to do today.
And luckily, as God will have it, they are slaughtering themselves in the north. But IPOB securing the east are the ones to be blamed for the insecurity in the east. There is a clip I want everybody to play, please. Hope Uzodinma opened his mouth and said, I invited the army to come into Olo. There was nothing happening. Fulani, the Hope Uzodinma gave Fulani land in Olo to do Ruga, Fulani settlement. And we said no. We drove the Fulani murderers and terrorists away. Hope Uzodinma now invited his friends, his masters from the north, to bring in their army and heavy machinery into Olu to kill us. That was how all these things started. All of you have forgotten. Black people in this UG, black, you have all forgotten the Genesis. The same way that all of you today are blaming Boko Haram is a terrorist group, Boko Haram, what they're doing. But when Nigerian police were busy killing their leader and killing everybody else, all of you were just there drinking Fradununu. Or doing betting on Chelsea versus Man U, or Liverpool versus Man City. Nigeria army and police will go out and commit atrocity upon atrocity. All of you will be there, you keep quiet. Any day, those people out of anger rise up and retaliate. All of you baboons and monkeys without writing rubbish. Do you know why? Because you have no conscience, you have no soul, you're a black person, you are the embodiment of evil. Is the truth. I don't care who bans whoever or whatever, I don't give a toss. I must preach the truth. Black people are wicked. By nature, very wicked people. That is why you forget the atrocities that your police and your army always commit. You forget. In a twinkle of an eye, you forget. Our army, our police. Now listen to me very carefully, please. You are blaming ESN, whereas it is the same Fulani terrorists masquerading as headsmen that are responsible for orchestrating all the insecurity in and around Nigeria. Fulani, you have Boko Haram. Fulani, talking about insecurity in the east. Hey, whereas 91 people were slaughtered yesterday. They were killed yesterday. You have the guts. You people have no shame. You have the guts to stand up and be talking about insecurity in the east. And you're a senator from Kebbi State or Kebbi, whatever they call it. And 91 of your constituents were slaughtered. You didn't see it. You're talking about east. Fulani, who formed Boko Haram. Fulani, who formed ISIS in West Africa province, ISWAP. Fulani who formed Mietiala, Fulani who formed Ansaru, Fulani who formed these headsmen and bandits you claim are foreign, Fulani who brought out murderers and killers and terrorists from prison and gave them military and police uniforms. It is you people. You have now spread them around the country, causing mayhem, abducting people from schools. These are the same place. Hey, this people there. Ha, Fulani, you think everybody's as stupid as you are? You go, you kidnap students from their schools in the north, you get ransom, you buy more arms, you embolden yourselves. You have the guts to conduct a live press conference talking about insecurity in the East. Don't you have shame? Anyway, you don't. Who are the bandits, or should I say terrorists, taking hostages of school children and demanding ransom? Are they not Mieti Yala, Mieti, the chief negotiator? Who are the people destroying farms, raping and killing their victims daily around Nigeria? Fulani. Fulani. You know what? How they manage to convince some of you is what I find astonishing, despite the overwhelming evidence. How they manage to convince you people that they mean well for you is something I can't understand. It was in Nigeria that I discovered the reason why the black race were enslaved and colonized at the same time. After slavery came colonization. After colonization, now we are in the era of neo-colonization. If you want to know why a black man is easier to control than an animal, come to Nigeria, you will see it. You see, Punch newspaper is a Yoruba newspaper. Tribune is Yoruba. Nation is Yoruba. In fact, most major newspapers, they have this Yoruba leaning because most of them are based in and around Lagos, including Sun, Vanguard, all the rest of them. Unbelievable. They know that their forests and their lands have been taken over by the Fulani. The journalist writing their rubbish for Punch newspaper, he cannot go back to his village. Most of them in Ogun State are refugees in Benin Republic. The person, you will have the guts to come on national television to talk about insecurity in the East. Whereas your fellow Yoruba people, they are in Benin Republic as refugees, driven away by Fulani. But because I said that no Biafran will go and dwell in a refugee camp anywhere, instead we all perish. You are calling me the instigator of insecurity. Let me tell my Yoruba journalists one thing they don't understand. If we had behaved like you people, by today we will have Biafrans in Ambazonia as IDPs. If we had allowed the Fulani to come into us playing this one Nigeria, good one Nigerian card, our land and our forests would have been taken over by the Fulani the same way they have now taken over swathes of Yoruba land. Are you following? In your land, the Fulani people are massacring you. In our land, it is we have defeated their foot soldiers. They now brought in, gave them army uniform, official army uniform, to come to kill in our land. That's what we are facing now. Because the Fulanis, they think they're clever, but they are not. One day we'll get one terrorist with uniform, and we'll show the whole world what they have been doing. Fulani terrorists are everywhere, you must understand. They are the military and the police. Nigeria has no military, it has no police. What you have are terrorists, Fulani terrorists in uniform. That's what you have. No Fulani leader. I have never come across any Fulani leader condemn me